Hey, what's up? Today we are going over Advanced Credit Sweep Dispute Funnel Training, and this is a crash course, so please pay attention, get your pen, get your paper. If you don't know what to do with the information on your credit report, then you won't be able to leverage it to get your... If you are struggling with being able to get results, especially right now when it's so difficult, and this is the video, this is the training that you need to see those results, all right? Now, because we're going to go directly right over into our training, I'm going to give you a couple of links. You can find these down in the description as well. But if you want to learn to dispute the right way using factual disputes, go to vault.my740.com. Or if you want to check out the brand new credit repair app called Live Letter, that link is down there as well. And if you want to see if you can get qualified and you want to see if I can do the credit sweep service for you, then head over to my740.com. That link is also at the top of your screen, and we'll see if it would be a good fit for me and for you. All right, so let's jump right into this dispute funnel training so that you can know exactly what it is that you need to do and what you need to say to get those results. So here we go with the crash course.
So now I'm going to show you a bunch of different credit reports. There's not a bunch. There's well, this one. We have to get rid of this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So we're going to look at these credit reports, and hopefully you will be able to follow along. All right. So right here, these are based off of Identity IQ. Okay, and remember, I am going to go more in depth, but this is just a crash course right now to get you started. So now we're looking at Identity IQ. This is your client. I'm going to show you what you are looking for, and I chose these at random, okay? So we can see that this account has negative aspects to it, all right? So this is TransUnion, this is Experian, and this is Equifax down in the payment history. So we could see that TransUnion for November 2017 is showing 60 days, so is Experian, but not Equifax. The way that you would dispute this, right, the hierarchy, and I'm going to give you the links to those two videos with the maps that I created, the visual maps. So looking at this, I can tell you right off the bat that I'm going to dispute, and I did dispute it this way, the late payment history. So I would say for November 20, update for, okay, update for inaccuracy, November 2017 has TransUnion Experian showing 60 days late, but Equifax shows paid as agreed. I paid on time, and this is an accurate update immediately to paid as agreed. Something along those lines. This one is doing the same type of thing where Equifax shows okay for 2 dates that are also late on other dates. So you're going to follow that. But as you can see right here under monthly payment, Experian shows 22 while the other two bureaus show 0. So you need to have them update this. We are looking for any inaccuracy. Now, if this were a charge off, right, and we would know because I'm going to show you a charge off. If this were a charge off, you may be able to dispute this under date of last activity. Date of last activity is the date that's going to stipulate when the account is naturally going to fall off of one's credit report. So if the dates are different, that means that they're going to come off naturally on different dates. You do not want that. You want them to be the same date. So because it's not, that means that the account must be deleted because the newer date is probably going to be a date that that it was re-aged, okay? And re-aging is a violation. So right here, date last active, 8/18, 12/17, and 8/18. So either they re-aged the account or something, either that or the 2017 just hasn't been updated. So if this were a charge off, you'd be able to use the $22 monthly payment to remove it because there should not be a monthly payment on a closed account of any type. Or you can use the date last active. All right, so this is positive, positive, these are positive, positive. Here we go with a charge off. So this is Walmart. Now, as you can see under date last active, it says 10/31/17 for 1/18, 8/1/17. All right, so monthly payment 000, balance completely the same, completely the same. Yes, I know that the high balance is missing, but that is not part of the hierarchy right here. So you can use, I would go after the date last active as number 1 because they are 3 completely different dates. Number 2, you would use the late payment history. So we want to find the actual inaccuracies. We're not guessing here. You only want to guess as your last resort. And when I say guess, I'm saying that if it says balance is 2049, right? Normally you would say, I don't owe 2049. Delete account immediately. But because we have actual inaccuracies, you're going to go after those first. So let's look at past due. It's completely the same. What's missing is the high balance on Experian. That is completely normal. They always do that. There's other inaccuracies, but these are the most important. So 917 shows 30 days late on Equifax, but on time with Experian. Same with October, but it's 60 days late on Equifax. So use date of last activity as number 1, and number 2, you're going to use late payment history. So let's go down. This one is 120 days late, but as you can see, there's no information. There's no late payment history. I would dispute this account as the balance because we really don't have anything else. So balance of 533 is wrong. Delete immediately. All right, so you want to make your disputes as simple as humanly possible because remember, a live human is not reading these reports, the dispute letters. So you have to have this computer be able to understand what you're saying. All right, this one, Old Navy, is once again, this does not match. So we have 533, okay, here's one where the high balance shows 533, 0, and 300. That is a huge discrepancy. And date last active, 1017, 618, and 817, and the late payments. So what you can do is use number 1, date last active, number 2, high balance, and then number 3, the date, the payment history. Okay, so as you can see in the comments, each of them shows as transferred. So when they transfer the account, only the account owner, meaning the collection agency, is allowed to report the balance. So if there was a balance on this, that means that the collection agency is now reporting it. As you can see, this one is also derogatory. Now, this is portfolio recovery. It is a debt buyer. This is a collection. How can a collection be 120 days late? It can't. You can't be late on a collection because the collection by default is late. There also cannot be late payments on a collection because it is a closed-ended account. Both of those are violations and the account has to be removed. All right, HSN, this one is very, very simple. I paid on time November 2017, and yet Equifax is reporting on time, but TransUnion and Experian report 6 days late. Update to paid as agreed and remove late payments immediately. All right, so we have a charge-off with Capital One. So the hierarchy on this one would be data last activity, 1217, 118, and 617. And then it would be the late payment history. So as you can see, it's kind of following a pattern here, right? Now, let's say that everything is kind of accurate. What you're going to do is you're going to start guessing, right? Because everything has to be verifiable, right? So it's accurate, complete, and verifiable. So that means that even if you have no clue whether this person was on time or whatever, right? You're going to choose something and you're going to ask for them to verify it. And if they can't, the account has to be removed. So let's say we had absolutely no idea, everything matches, everything's reported. We're going to choose a date such as the oldest late payment. We're going to say I paid on time, delete the account. So that would be June 2017 or July 2017. All right, so portfolio, we already went over that. This is a regular collection. You're going to VOD this because it is a medical account. You do not, go back and watch the video from the course, you do not want to VOD debt buyers. Same thing here. We already went over portfolio. Convergent VOD. Target date of last activity, and then payment history, because as you can see, date of last payment is semi-similar. You can also dispute the date of last payment. You can dispute anything that you freaking want to, okay? I'm just showing you what is going to get you the fastest results. Now, I will say, while I'm looking for the next thing, and you're going to see inquiries down here, and then public records, and then all the addresses. So I will say that the way that it goes for fastest thing to remove, it would be the easiest is going to be medical, judgments, and tax liens, right? Now, what's next is other non-banking credit card related or finance collections like apartments, utilities, and then inquiries, personal information, and late payments, and then foreclosures, repossessions, charge-offs, collections having to do with charge-offs, and then student loans, and then bankruptcy. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. Now we're going to go through them a little bit quicker, okay? All right, so let's go and find something that is negative. Now, I do believe this one is the husband of that first report. So I do believe that there's only 2 negatives on this report if this one is him. I believe it was bankruptcy. No. Okay, so Pentagon. As you can see, there's not much to do on here. So you would either choose to dispute the comments, such as included in bankruptcy, or they actually have to prove that it was included in bankruptcy by sending you the petition with a copy of the creditor list, or the date last active, or April 2012 as negative. And here's the bankruptcy. As you can see on the bankruptcy, it says 4/26/12 versus 4/1/2012, U.S. Bankruptcy Court, Denver versus federal government. Everything can be disputed, all right? So next report, as you can see right here, this is an authorized user. The way that you remove authorized users is by disputing with A, the bureaus, and B, the creditor. To remove an authorized user account, you're going to dispute this either with a template, yes, you can do that with a template, or by simply stating this account needs to be removed from my credit report because it has nothing to do with my credit. This account is reporting based off of someone else's credit. Remove immediately. All right, Capital One. See, the date last active. Date last active is the same. By a couple of days, it's off. That's not anything. And then date last payment is the same. So what we're going to do is dispute this as authorized user. Now, if this were not an authorized user, you would dispute either November 2017 or January 2017 to get the entire account removed. Okay, so let's look at Credit One. Credit One has a date difference of 3 months, has a monthly payment 0 and 28, and 528 and 0 balance. So this one actually has quite a bit going on. And even if it didn't, number one, it's still an authorized user. And number two, there's late payments to dispute. Any one of those will get the account removed. This is a collection, VOD it. Portfolio, do not VOD. Late 120 days, it's a collection, it cannot be late. Santander. As you can see, there's a monthly payment on Equifax and TransUnion of $447. Experian report 0. I already told you monthly payments on closed accounts. I don't have to repeat it, but because we're looking at it, I'm pointing it out. This account needs to be removed immediately because there's a monthly payment reported on a closed account. Delete immediately. All right, so if you look at the high balance, you're going to see 13/8/22, 13/8/22, and 12/1/24. That's disputable. Date last active is different by 4 months, and then the payments by 5 months. So Solomon, VOD it. Portfolio, you're going to dispute the balance. Jefferson, you're going to VOD it. And you will get to know who is a third party and who you can actually VOD with. To get the fastest results, what you want to do is dispute with the bureaus and VOD the regular collections. So to get this one removed, as you can see, there's way too many late payments. If there's more than just a couple late payments, you need to remove the entire account. All right, so as you can see, the late payments are completely inaccurate. You don't want to go after date last active or the date of last payment. So definitely go after the late payment data. All right, let's go find another one. Capital One. So as you can see, there's a ton of late payments now, but you can also see that they are all the same. So I'm not seeing much on this account that can be disputed. Although you can dispute anything, I'm just saying that's going to get you the fastest deletion. So I would still have to go after date last active or date of last payment or dispute May 2018 as paid as agreed. Okay, so this one needs to be deleted because they are currently 90 days late. So dispute May 2018 as paid as agreed. Although you also see date last active and date last payment. Now, if you have a bunch of them that you're disputing as the same thing, you can write one letter with those specific items for that one reason and list those negative items. Okay, this one is a VOD Lending Club. Okay, with Lending Club, you're going to dispute the high balance, $12,000, $12,000, $32.09. And your next one would be the late payment history. All right, Discover. Equifax is missing the limit. The date of last activity is different. The date of last payment is different. And then you can go and dispute these two dates right here or any of these. VOD, VOD. Now, with this one, there's absolutely no information besides this. So you are going to do, you can state that the original amount is not listed. Because remember, things actually have to be complete to remain on your credit file. All right, so as you can see on this one, the late payments are consistent. So you need to find something else to get this updated to paid as agreed. It says late 30 days, late 30 days, late 30 days. So to remove this account, you are either going to dispute the monthly payment, the balance, or the oldest late payment date, July 2016. You also want to remove anything that says lost or stolen. Now, companies will report lost or stolen even though all they did was order or automatically get mailed a new account, new card. So that needs to be updated, and I would actually dispute that with the creditor. As you can see on this one, the late payments are completely miscombobulated. This is a closed account, and yet there's two monthly payments, 162 and 162. This one says late 30 days, and these say current. You already know what to do on that. This one only has a 30-day late, so you do not want to remove the whole account. You only want to update it to paid as agreed. So I paid on time November 2017. Please update immediately. Now remember, first you dispute it, Then you go after method of verification. Then you dispute something new and relevant, right? Because Experian can come back and say, we are no longer going to reinvestigate this, blah, blah, blah. It's a scare tactic. You want to go check out my help desk about that. All you do is choose something new because you are never going to dispute the same reason twice, okay? So you go and find something new and relevant. So first you did this, now you're doing this, then you do that. 1, 2, 3. This is a VOD. On this one, you can now either dispute the balance, the payment history, date last active, or date of last payment. On this one, you'll see that there's a monthly payment of $108 versus 0. Dispute that, remove the whole account. On this one, just dispute the balance, and then the date of last activity, then the date of last payment, then the monthly payment, then the payment history. On this one, dispute the balance. On this one, you can see that we're not dealing with much, so either dispute date last active, dispute VOD, and with the bureaus, it would be unknown. On this one, you're going to dispute monthly payment. Ad Astra is very difficult, so you definitely want to keep track of, make sure you save all your dispute letters, and you want to keep track of your dispute reasons and your dispute letters that you're sending out so that you always use different dispute reasons. So I'm sure you're getting in the hang of it now, what you're looking for and how to dispute it and what to go after first. So I'm actually going to close this out. All right. So as you're going through a credit report, like I was saying, you'll be able to determine whether an account is positive or negative. You will also be able to determine if you are just going to remove late payments or if you're going to update the account or if you're going to delete the entire thing, okay? So with late payments, you are just disputing one at a time. Don't choose a block, only one at a time. Now with charge-offs and collections, I had already showed you, but you're choosing one thing to get the whole thing removed, okay? So I'm sure you're catching on to this, so let me get rid of these. And I'm going to show you, this is part of one of my videos, the hierarchy of what you are disputing. You can find this on the website, expertcreditsweeps.com/hierarchy, okay? So hierarchy of what comes first, I guess. So, and this is exactly what I had been telling you. You want to go after, number 1, blatant inaccuracies or violations. If you click right here, there's an example. And then 2, balance or past due. So I'm not sure why you're reporting a past due of $500, but my statements reflect a different amount. Please remove immediately. So you can go through here and look at this, right? And now we have violations over here. And I am going to show you what violation bingo is, and MOV is method of verification. There's relationships between all of them. And then, like I said, if you click on the hamburger over here, it'll pull up. And then now you go from, okay, so blatant inaccuracies or violations to balance or past due, to violations, to things that don't belong, to missing information, to last resort. And then here's another way to go after it. Balance to past due, to notice of dispute, method of verification, then things that don't belong, then missing information, then violations, then complaints with the CFPB, the AG, the BV, or the FTC, and then last resort, or blatant inaccuracies to violations, to date of last activity, to notice of dispute. Let's pause right there. Notice of dispute is in the comment section After you dispute, the bureaus and creditors have 30 days from the date that they receive the dispute to enter a notice of dispute. That's where it says consumer disputes, right? So that the other creditors can know that an account is in dispute. If it's not there, then it's an FCRA Section 623 violation and an FDCPA Section 806B violation. It's $1,000 per violation. To method of verification, to tactics, and then we have VOD, indirect dispute techniques, violation bingo, nervous Nelly, and Joe the plumber. And I will show you what those last three are. And I do have videos on VOD and indirect dispute techniques. So you would go tactics, which are all of these, and then to complaints. Okay, so by now you should definitely have a feel for how to dispute and what you are looking for. Now, I will be going more in depth to things such as, let's look at, all right, so the basics of reports and scores, where to get your reports, and that would be Identity IQ or Credit Check Total. As a last resort, it would be Privacy Guard. How to access the back door, I will show you that. Negative item types, you'll find that under the credit education course. Credit reports, how to spot negative items, we've gone over that. The hierarchy, we've gone over that. And I will be giving you the dispute reasons, how to construct a dispute letter. So that's also a video that I'm going to give you the link to. What a dispute letter should say, I will give you that video and we'll also go more into that. And then tips for the best dispute results. So that is part of section 1. And then section 2, we're going to be looking at the identity theft method. So we have the identity theft method, identity theft techniques, what you can do that'll get you into trouble. There's so much more to go into, but that is it for tonight. So I will be downloading this and sending it to you. So for right now, good evening from Expert Credit Sweeps, and be looking out for another video very shortly. Have a great one.